But UEFA, of course, looking to bring in this kind of spectacular Final Four-esque week in which there will be one-off semi-finals and then a final, which are cumulative at the weekend. And I heard that maybe you were in favour of this. You thought it was a good idea. Does what happened over those two legs between Real Madrid and Manchester City change your mind at all?
Oh, you've been rotting together now in some dusty room behind the studio now, and you have a go at Jan in Norway, who may be thinking, maybe this could be a good idea to have all the fans in a week of football doing their stuff. Yeah, I think that could be a good idea, as long as the fans will think it is a good idea, as long as the fans will be a part of that.
Just you personally, just you on your own, forget about fans, forget about everything. You would like that idea as opposed to what we have now?
Well, first of all, I'm built like this, Dan. The way you are arguing now, I am so for it. I'm getting more for the idea. That is point number one. And secondly, I don't think that is the worst idea I've heard. I mean, we tried this. I don't know if you heard of it, Dan. It's called World Cup or Euros. So we tried that because they travel there. Okay, we'll miss a game. We could miss a game, a fantastic game. At Anfield, we could miss a fantastic game as we saw now. But I don't think I'm not like so negative as everybody else. I think that could be a good idea. We tried it during the pandemic without fans. I think that was not that bad experience. There is a lot of things coming from the big federations that I'm against. But this time I'm quite a bit optimistic about this. Could work.
I suppose my problem is, Shaq, is that we watch a lot of rubbish. A lot of bad games we see, and you kind of wait for the big matches, the Champions League quarterfinals, semi-finals. So why would we want to take away one game?
Let me just say, I was on the show when Jan agreed with the one-leg semi-final.
Well, hold on a second. Can I just
go ahead
before you say that?
All right, I will. Yeah.
Jan didn't actually say he was all for it.
Right.
Thank you, Stevie.
Jan was basically saying what he said there was that, look, let's not just shove a hammer on it and smash it. Let's think about it. That's what Jan said.
Well, you've got time to think about it. It's not as if it just suddenly sprung it. He's had time to think about it and he's still sticking to his guns.
He's not sticking to any guns. See, he's at it again. He's at it again.
I'm not at it again.
He's not sticking to any guns. What Jan said was...
Why are you defending Jan? Who invited you?
Well, because you're making out as if Jan said something he didn't.
No, but why is it even worth a discussion?
Personally, I don't think it is. I'm absolutely leave it as it is.
Right.
I'm just saying that you can't just go throwing stuff at him for the sake of it.
I'm not throwing stuff at him for the sake of it.
Well, because he never said, right, let's do it. Forget the way they do it. Let's do the new way. He didn't do that.
No, but he said let's have a conversation about it.
Right.
And surely the conversation should end after what we've seen once again in the semi-finals.
I remember back in the days when Dan was in the studio at the beginning of his career, he defended the Walkman, for example, and someone would say, maybe we try something else. And he said, why should we change things? No, let's not try anything out.
Jan, I'm not that old. I'm not old. Right. Shaka, when you were having that discussion...
Sorry, I have no idea where we are anymore.
When you had that discussion, you didn't get the hammer out either.
No, I thought, again, to Stevie's point, I don't want to upset Stevie at any here. I thought it was worth the discussion, especially given what we'd seen during the pandemic.
Sure.
Because I felt it worked then, and it could work now. And to Jan's point, I brought it up, that this kind of football festival, I think was the phrase that was used, bringing a number of fans together, works in World Cups and European Championships, could work here. But given what happened with Real Madrid and Manchester City, I see a greater value in those second legs.
Your hammer's out.
Well, I don't know if my hammer's out, if it's back in. I have no idea what's going on with anybody's hammer. Let me just say that.
Okay.
I see value in these second legs, and have changed my mind, so to speak.
I can't believe how weak you are, Shaka. I can't believe that you are sitting in a studio here and say you changed your mind because Manchester City and Real Madrid made an entertaining game. Was that breaking news for you, that would be a good game between two of the best teams in the world?
To that point, to the point, was there is value in these second legs in that manner, and then you go and you play a one-off final in a neutral ground. I just think you cannot, as open as I was to the idea, you cannot replicate that kind of emotion in a neutral venue, as good as it may be, as well as it may have worked in 2020.
Judge, I rest my case.
Nadem, where do you stand on this?
I think I'm kind of with Jan. Like, I'm not opposed to the idea, but then in the same breath, I do enjoy this current concept because I would maybe like to go and see games on a neutral venue because then it feels like a final or the festival of football. You know, it's like why people love going to World Cups, Euros, you know, the Confederation type tournaments. And I think it could be really good. But then I suppose the downside is that second leg feeling you get when you know that such and such a team has to do this to go for it, or they have to score 3 goals, they have to score 2, not concede, and they're playing in front of that crowd. Like that game for City the other day, like they had the lead, but they were playing at the Bernabeu. They were under pressure and they were getting hit. You know, that stuff really does sort of evoke certain emotions within you. So it would be a shame to see it go, but I think in time, maybe it would make sense, but I'm not going to be voting to get rid of it just now, that's for sure.
Why would it make sense, Nadem?
Because it's something which we've seen before. Like, this is kind of the conversation which existed when we got rid of the away goals rule. But then all of a sudden, we've seen it work firsthand now, and it's been great.
But we're taking we're taking away quality football that we want to see.
What are the positives? You've just named all the reasons why you love the way it is.
I can say.
Are there any real positives that outweigh the feelings that you were talking about?
Yeah, but I can, when we talk about principle of this, but I understand we are not allowed to do that. It's all about emotions now. But that's okay. I tried to do that. I mean, everybody said it's so fantastic for that second leg because we know there's going to be a decision. This time that worked out. What happened if there was 4-0 in the first game? The second leg will be no use at all. There would just be one of those games that just would run through the motions. Then you would have changed your mind. Is that what we're doing now? So this is just an emotional discussion?
Liverpool 3-0, Barcelona. We could be here forever. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.